Hi, my name is Chris Ackland and this is the first in a series of videos to help the novice guitarist improve their basic technique. In today's video we're going to look at posture, sitting position, and some basic left hand exercises and positioning tips. The key to good technique on the guitar, indeed on any musical instrument, is relaxation, good posture, and minimum amount of moving parts at all times. Let's start with posture. Now for the classical guitar, you need your left leg, this is assuming you're right-handed of course, raised. Most people use a footstool, which I'm using today. This means that your knee is probably about 3 to 4 inches higher than your hip. This means the guitar fits snugly on the left leg and doesn't feel like it's going to slip forward like this. It'll stay nice and still, resting against the inside of your right leg. It's important that both of your feet are flat. Left foot flat on the footstool, right foot flat on the floor. If you rest on the ball of your feet, which some people do, you can end up with tension, even twitching of your legs, that kind of thing. Keep the feet flat, it'll keep you relaxed. Nice straight back, leaning forward to meet the guitar. Right arm resting over the top, to the bottom of the sound hole, and it's the weight of the right arm that balances your guitar in the correct position. You do not need and should not need to use your left hand in any way, shape or form for actually holding the guitar in place. This hand needs to be free to move. Angle of the neck is very important. You need the head of your guitar to be somewhere roughly level with your sort of middle of your head kind of thing. That gives us complete accessibility of the neck with the left hand, even in the difficult to reach high positions. That is the principal reason for the sitting position, is easy accessibility of high positions and being able to keep our hand nice and parallel as we go up and down the guitar. Okay, we're now going to look at basic left hand positioning. And for this we'll zoom in closer on the left hand so you can see what I'm doing. Basic left hand positioning. The most important thing is keeping the palm of your hand parallel to the neck at all times. I cannot stress how important that is. So the base of your little finger to the neck of the guitar should be the same distance as the base of your first finger to the neck of the guitar. You will see an awful lot of guitarists playing with a hand in this position, which means that the first and second fingers are fairly scrunched up, whereas these fingers are having to extend to get to the notes. There is no long-term future, no good guitar playing to be had in this position. Parallel is key. Position of the thumb is very important. The thumb sits in the middle of the neck behind the first and second fingers. Why behind the first and second fingers? Well, imagine if you're going to grip something, or even, Lord forbid, you're going to punch somebody. That would be the position you would take. That is the strongest position of the hand. Note where the thumb is between the first and second fingers. All the pressure that keeps your fingers on the neck should come from the thumb, not from the arm. It's a squeeze between the thumb and the fingers. You'll sometimes see guitarists play and you'll notice that the guitar is doing this as they play. That's because a lot of their pressure is coming from their arm muscle, pulling the guitar back every time, like that. We want to avoid that. The guitar should stay absolutely still at all times. So, let's do some basic exercises. I'm in 5th position, which means that my first finger is on fret 5. So put your first finger on fret 5, second finger on 6, third finger on 7, little finger on 8. Use the minimum amount of pressure needed, and the pressure should all come from the thumb. Now we're going to relax the fingers, let them all come off together, and move them onto string 2. Same again, relax, lift, onto string 3. It's important that the tips of your fingers are coming down as vertical as possible onto the guitar. You don't want your fingers flat like that, they need to be vertical. This gives you the maximum pressure for the minimum amount of tension. Over to string 4. As I'm going across the guitar, I'm pushing my elbow forward and just rolling on my thumb to go across, like so. Now start coming back. Do it nice and slowly. The key to any good technical exercises, any warm-up technique, is to do things slowly. Take your time. Be in control of what you're doing. The brain must always control the fingers, not the other way around. And there we are, back to string 1. At this point, just relax your hand, let it drop by your side, let the blood flow back to the hand to get that nice feeling of relaxation. Okay, so now we're going to do one finger at a time. Still in 5th position, so finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4. Now what we're aiming for here is, as you change from finger to finger, as one finger goes down and the tension on it increases, the other finger relaxes and comes off. So we only ever have the one finger down at a time. You might be wondering why I'm not actually playing the notes. The reason for that is I want to focus purely on the left hand. Now, things you need to watch out for is, as you move from finger to finger and you feel the pressure relax from the one finger and go on to the other finger, you'll find there might be a tendency for some of the fingers to start lifting like this, or just moving out of line like that. These are the things you have to watch for. The little finger in particular can be a problem area. It was always my downfall as a student guitarist. I had what we call flagpole little finger. Very difficult thing to cure, so try not to have it in the first place. Okay, so we're going to work our way across the guitar now, like this. And when doing any kind of exercise like this, it's really, really important to do it in tempo if you can, and at a slow enough tempo. And in order to ensure that you do that, use a metronome. I don't have a metronome, I hear you cry. Well, almost everybody has access to some kind of metronome nowadays. You can get metronome apps on all the smartphones. If you have a PC or a laptop, there are websites where you can find metronomes to use via your PC. All you have to do is go on your favorite search engine, type in metronome, you will find them. The apps for the smartphones, there are perfectly good free ones, and in fact, for today, I'm going to use a free app on my phone as a metronome. So you don't actually have to go to the shop and buy one. It's very easy to access a metronome. So I'm setting the metronome to a really slow speed of 40. Okay, so we're going to start on fret 5, 3, 4, first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger, first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger, gradually working our way across the strings in time with the metronome. learning to play in time is a key skill, and the earlier you start, the better the player you will be. Then start coming back. Keep your arm relaxed at all times. Okay. Do that as much as possible. That'll really help to bed your fingers in, get them used to keeping a nice shape, nice hand position. Now we did all of those 1, 2, 3, 4. Do exactly the same in reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, working your way across the neck, working your way back. Now finally for today, we'll have a look at a simple exercise down in first position. As a novice guitarist, most of your playing at the moment will be in first position. So I just thought we'd look at a simple first position exercise to finish today's video. Now keeping your hand parallel and keeping your finger shape is harder in first position than it is in fifth position, which is why I started with the fifth position exercises first. It's important to try and maintain the same disciplines. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play all across the strings using the natural notes. We'll start on string 1 with G, and then play down all the natural notes, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, and so on, all the way down to bottom E. This time we're going to play the notes with our index and middle fingers on the right hand, starting on G, metronome on 40. 3, 4. Back up. That's a really simple but good exercise to just get your left hand into a nice shape and good disciplines. Now we're going to do that exercise again, but this time we're going to use the notes that we didn't use last time. So for instance, on the first string we use G and F. So this time we're going to use G sharp and F sharp. We're still going to keep the open strings in. It'll sound a little strange, but it's a good exercise, utilizes a lot more of the little finger, and also is quite good as a brain exercise as well. 3, 4. I hope you found today's video useful. Try to get into the routine of checking your posture, checking your basic hand positions every time before you start your practice sessions. Do some simple warm-up exercises and your guitar playing will improve rapidly, that I promise you. See you on the next video.